It's week 7 of me turning this $100 into $1 million. Now, last week was a little bit crazy because I actually turned $8,000 into $22,000. But now, the goal for this week is to actually turn these same $22,000 into $44,000. So with that being said, let the challenge begin. Well, it's Sunday right now, so this would be tomorrow for me. For you guys, it'd probably be in 2 seconds. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to week number 7, turning $100 into $1 million. So this week's goal is to turn the $22,000 into $44,000. And you know what? You want to know what's crazy? Like, as I keep getting closer to this million, right? You know, as I'm growing the account, people are constantly like getting closer to me because they want to be part of now the big numbers. Nobody want to be part of turning the $100 to 200, 200 to 400 because it's boring, right? It's just super boring. But now I'm about to turn this 22 to about 30, 40,000. And look what shows up here, huh?
I'm gonna copy the trades.
So this guy doesn't know how to trade, right? He's like learning how to trade now, so I gotta teach him. And he wants to look at his wallpaper.
Fan number 1.
That's how you know it's real. So even it be your own people as you start getting up. They only come when they need something. Remember that. It be your own. So come here. This way, shirt. Come here. Bring me the chair. Get the chair. Alright, so this is week number 7, turning $100 into $1 million. So this is what we do here, right? We do trade update. What time is it?
11:19.
Starting balance is $22,000, right? So now this week we have 4 solid market opportunities. All right, the first one is going to be GBP NZD. Right now, where we currently have a very, very strong level of support. We have resistance, support level all throughout here. And currently we have a potential left head, right shoulder, obviously if we were to break through that neckline, but this market structure is bullish. It went bearish, higher low, higher high, lower low, lower, and then it went bearish here. Then after, as soon as it closed above this structure, it went bullish, and now we're back at this strong support level. If you look at it on the weekly time frame, it looks absolutely beautiful. It is retesting these wicks in the structure. Weekly had a strong higher high, now having higher low, and we're at the round psychological level 2.1200, or smart money concept, right? Smart money concept.
Or the blocks.
That he's a smart money concept trader, and look where he is. You know, that speaks for itself. So daily time frame, we are bullish and we are rejecting off of the support level. So I'm looking for a little pullback to buy. But if we do body close under, I'm gonna then continue to wait for the retest to then sell once we have the head and shoulders pattern, because then the 4-hour will also be bearish. As of right now, we've had a reaction from this point. Just waiting for a little pullback to have a reaction. Then they take this trade to the upside. Next is going to be NZD JPY. We currently have 3 very strong weeks of a push. Now measure the most recent 3 weeks of a pullback. The same 3 weeks don't even make up for 35% of the previous 3 weeks push, which shows you that clearly the sellers are in the market and buyers are nowhere near stronger than the sellers. So this is a good indication to look to continue to sell. The last 3 weeks can't even engulf the last 1 week. And coincidentally enough, we are also at this structure level and support and resistance level. Then on the daily time frame, obviously you can see major sellers, and look how hard the daily time frame buyers are struggling at this level of support and resistance. As you can see, left is a very low level of support and resistance all throughout here. So I hate using trend lines. Once again, I hate using these channels, but it does look clean. So we have this upwards channel that the market is currently moving in, that it's just a visual representation to show you that the market is having a bullish pullback. For us to enter this trade, we have to wait for the break and retest to pretty much go on the sells. So it's going to be a very clean sell on this market right here. Next is going to be NZD CAD. So again, this is a very valuable lesson, and learn this lesson because this cost me about 1.5 years of just losses to kind of figure out how to get to this point where I am now, where I'm avoiding these losses all the time. So let me show you. So if you were to look at this trade just in the 4-hour, you can see that the 4-hour is very bullish. You would see resistance, break, retest, you would be obviously interested in buying. If you're to look at basic market structure level here, you're gonna look at something like this, and this right here is pretty clear indication to buy. There's no way you're gonna sell right into the support level. But the mistake that traders are doing is that they're not taking into account the higher time frames. If you look at the daily, yes, daily looks absolutely beautiful. Retesting structure, retesting structure, retesting structure to then head to the upside. But we are clearly not rejecting that point right now. Why? That is because the weekly time frame is at a higher high. Notice how this was creating lower low, lower high. Now we are bullish with a higher high. So you're essentially buying this market at this point right here on the weekly time frame. You're buying at pretty much the higher high, which is what you don't want to do. The weekly time frame can easily have a deeper retracement to head to the upside. You're only focusing on this right here when you go to the 4 hour, and you're not taking account this whole move that the weekly time frame has done to just create that minor pullback. So I would consider this on the 4 hour a fake out to just get some stop losses. Then this will shift bearish, so then the weekly time frame has a deeper pullback. There's a very higher level way of looking at the markets, but once you get it, it'll make a lot of sense. Next, GBP JPY, currently same exact thing as NZD JPY. We've had 3 very strong weeks of sells, 3 very soft weeks of pullbacks, and then on the daily time frame, we are currently creating what looks to be a double top formation. We're gonna simply wait for price to break and retest out of that neckline of the double top. And then in the 4 hour, it'll be a break and retest out of this consolidation zone that we currently have right now. This is very easy, very textbook. I'm simply trading with the trend. There's nothing else that I'm reinventing the wheel here. Next, AUD JPY, pretty much just the same thing. Break and retest out of this consolidation zone. We've had 3 very strong weeks of sells, 3 very slow weeks of a pullback, retesting structure. And you may ask, why are you taking the same trade of that kind of look the same? They're all JPYs. And the point is, one of them is going to give the cleanest entry. They're all going to have the move because they're all correlated the same, or have a very similar move because they're all correlated the same because of the JPY. So what I do is that I put all of these different markets together, and I simply take whichever one looks the cleanest. I'm not stuck or biased on GJ, or I'm not stuck or biased on AUD or NZD. I don't really give a shit. I actually don't care at all. I care to take which one makes the most sense and which one is the cleanest. So I'll put all 4 of them on my watch list, and they're all gonna probably 4 have the same move because they literally just did the same move for the last 2 months, having the push and the pullback. So I'm just gonna wait for now to see which one has the cleanest move. So AUD JPY is literally pretty much the same thing. Then GBP CHF is the one where it's a bit interesting, was where he took it last week. So this one, we have a retest of this level of support and resistance. Hasn't quite made it just yet, but it can definitely still. Daily time frame, we are kind of creating what the double top of GBP JPY kind of looks like. Looks very similar at this neckline point right here. So what I'm going to simply be waiting for is for price to just confirm to me that we're breaking out of this area. Then I'll enter on the pullback to then sell. And that's pretty much it. Euro GBP, it won't be ready this week. And then Euro AUD won't be ready this week at all. Now I got to teach my new student how to trade. Did you pay me already or no?
Let's see.
Yeah, he doesn't. All right, trade update. Decided to come on the boat. Look what a beautiful day it is. All right? You got people, jet skis. But right now my boat ran out of gas. This is a weekday. Not that many people working. Look at these fucking guys. Fuck you guys. We ran out of gas. And I have to pull a boat to the gas station, which is right there. Profitable trader. Yeah, I need one of those already.
Yeah, you definitely do.
Bro, I have a Bugatti. I can totally my Bugatti's probably worth more than that piece of shit. Honestly, that is not a piece of shit. I'm sorry. Yo, we got a long way to go. Show them how far this is.
It's pretty far.
Yeah, show them how far the fucking bridge is.
It's
Look how beautiful the view is. Like, zoom into that sunset.
nothing like a Miami view and a Miami problem.
Oh yeah, look, us barefoot.
Oh, look, you're walking barefoot.
Yeah, dude, if I have a fucking pet peeve, dude, I can never in my life walk barefoot. Not even in my house. Not even from my bedroom to the bathroom. I cannot walk barefoot for my life. Right now, it can be bad. You see.
Some black feet. Pata sucia. See, look, this is the vibe right here.
Dude, I can totally pay for that though, if you think about it. The shirts are cheap compared to the Bugatti.
Probably doesn't even own a Bugatti.
No. But the guy that doesn't own that. So yin and a yang. You ready?
I'll do it. 1, 2, 3.
Alright, this one should get the job. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Well, technically, good afternoon. It is currently 12 in the afternoon right now. Yesterday, we got home from the boat super late. Took 2 trades last night, late into London session. Not this kind of trade. So no, we didn't take this trade last night in London session. I woke up super late. I actually woke up early. I woke up like around 9, 10 in the morning, and I'm looking at the charts through my phone like this, like half awake with one eye. I'm like, oh, Marcus not doing anything. I'm not gonna wake up. Slept a little bit in the morning, caught up on some sleep because, bro, this challenge has literally been draining me, right? Because I stay up during London session throughout the week, messes up my sleep schedule on the weekend, and I'm just all over the place. So I finally caught up on some sleep. Oh, look, another trader pulling up. Oh. Another unprofitable trader. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Oh, look at this guy, always looks fresh.
I came here to take the trades.
As you know, we got no trades. Let's go back up. So, trade update. Currently, let's start off with GBP NZD. So, GBP NZD, we have obviously been waiting for a reaction from the strong level of support to take the trade to the upside. Yesterday, once we had this push to the upside, I anticipated for price to have a pullback into here, then have an entry. And truthfully, that's where I would be looking to enter this position right at this point. But I was not active in front of the charts at 2 in the morning, as you guys can see down here. So this candlestick at 2 in the morning, I was not interested in taking the trade. Now, I could be entering the trade, but since it is currently 12 o'clock in Miami, there's no market volume. So I'm just gonna set and forget and wait for this daily candlestick to close in about 4 hours to see if it closes under this round psychological level or above. And then I'm gonna determine whether I want to enter the buy or the sell. Next, NZD JPY. We are still in this channel, simply waiting for a breakout out of it to enter the trade. Patience is key in markets at these times. GBP CHF, still waiting for price to break under the structure level to enter a sell. Might enter a little high risk sell now. So GBP CHF, basically waiting for a break and retest under here to sell, or I might take a higher risk trade here. NZD CAD, we're still monitoring this to see if it actually has a real reaction from this point or if it doesn't. GBP JPY is probably my next favorite pair because it is confirming that we are in this very strong consolidation zone right here. And I'm going to be waiting for price to have a break and retest out of this consolidation to then enter this trade. Very clear level of support, very clear level of resistance. Break and retest is going to be key to making money with this trade. It's going to be super simple. And then lastly, GBP JPY. Once again, we're having a very strong level of support here and resistance, waiting for a break and retest under. It's like what I said, the cleanest ones are the JPYs, which are going to wait for whichever one to give us the cleanest move to then enter the position for this week. So as of right now, market update, it is currently 12:17. Not much else we can do other than set and forget. Yesterday we went on the boat, so let's see where today takes us. What is that? All right, ladies and gentlemen, trade update. It is currently 7:13 in the afternoon. Before we do this trade update, let's take a ginger shot. This is not a sponsor. Ginger shots are made for a man. You know what's funny? People might think I work out. I haven't worked out in like 2 weeks. That's that Cuban for you right there. All right, trade update. Currently, right now, markets are literally exactly the same. GBP, NZD closed exactly how I anticipated, with the daily above the round psychological level and the support. I'm gonna be looking for entries on this very, very, very soon on the 1 hour time frame. Next, NZD JPY, still within this channel. Daily time frame close as a doji at the top of this resistance. This might be the candlestick that gives it the strong rejection to then head to the downside. GBP CHF, we are still waiting for this to have this shift to the downside. Very nice daily doji, which looks fantastic. GBP JPY, we've had a very strong daily doji as well. Waiting for the break and retest out of this box to enter the position to the downside. And as of right now, as you guys can see, we are currently at the same balance of $22,696. So now we're gonna go play some basketball, probably hit the gym for the first time in 2-3 weeks. And most importantly, we're going to Walmart. You guys don't understand why it's important? There's 3 men living in this house right now. We're surviving just off of purely Uber Eats. Like, that is literally how we're surviving right now. We have dried out the cabinets, we've dried out the freezer, we've eaten the cat food. I haven't been to a Walmart in over a year. I'm just so passionate. I wanna go, probably get some stuff, and see where we go from there.
100 grams.
That I get it right now. No gym 2 weeks. Why?
Yeah, you want some of these?
Okay, good.
Hold on, I got to taste it too.
Alex, so that's 0 sugar. On these electrolytes, no promo. Whatever.
Damn, that's dope. Fuck sugar, right?
No, dude, but it's like, you gotta get the healthier ones, bro. Like, you gotta only get pasteurized eggs. These are,
Brother, we're at Walmart.
we gotta at least make an effort. Got it like this. You got it. Just no shot. You're never gonna do it, dude. There it goes. Oh shit! It's not the size of the boat; it's the motion in the ocean.
Only lasts so long.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Touch that. Touch that. What you guys know about week 7 turning $100 into $1 million? I thought I had just reversed on us. I was like, oh shit. Currently, right now, we are up $4,000 on the trade. Now, I'm not excited because of these $4,000. I could give a shit. I'm excited about the potential of this trade that we have taken. If you have seen last week's series, you saw the loss we avoided on this position. Price had the push, stop, then push. That's what we are anticipating for this week to come ahead. So we avoided not making any money this week simply because we have experience in the market. Now, let's look at it now. So trade update, we are currently up $4,000 on GBP CHF. So if you guys saw last night's trade update, I explained that I was looking to enter a trade right around this area once we had the retest to then sell. So currently right now, GBP CHF has a very strong double top formation currently creating right now. Very strong bearish move. If this trade hits all the way down here, we'll fucking sweep 1 to 11 risk to reward. Meaning we will take, right now we have 35 lots, right? So 35 lots means that it's $350 per pip. So we do $350 per pip times a take profit of 342 pips. So $350 times 342 pips. Drum roll, please. $100,000 in one single position. The beauty of this is not this. We're gonna get to this no matter what. What is the beauty is how much I'm actually putting at risk. So I'm only putting at risk, so we have 30 pip stop loss. So if I do $350 per pip times $30, I'm only putting at risk 50% of the account. This is key to growth. So I'm literally risking 50% to almost 5x the account. Tell me that's not a fucking great deal. So as of right now, we are currently just waiting for this position to have a confirmation body candlestick closure in the next 27 minutes under this level of support right here. The other markets like GBP, NZD, we avoided this loss last night by not entering the position here. So it's a beautiful loss avoided. And we simply remove this market for us being interested for the buys. So we're not interested in the buys. Well, not just yet, because we got to confirm if this candlestick is going to close above or under. NZD JPY is still in this channel heading to the upside. We are just remaining patient. We are in no rush. GJ, we are still waiting for price to have the break and retest under to actually be able to be interested in this position. So still waiting on that. And then NZD CAD, we're just still watching. GBP CHF actively right now is the baby. Now, GBP CHF is actually something very interesting that I might have not told you guys before. GBP CHF is actually the pair that made me my money back in 2020. I was only trading GBP CHF. That was how I actually passed the challenge, how I got my first payout. It was on GBP CHF, which is right around here. It was right around this market time over here. So if I look at it on, I think it's, yeah, it's right here. It's on the weekly time frame. So back around over here, when this was a very strong resistance level, you can see the dates down here, right? This is all facts. 2020 down here. This was at a very strong resistance. And I caught the break and retest out of that resistance. I caught this whole entire move, not just one move, but scale-ins throughout this whole entire move. I can almost guarantee you if I go down to the daily and I go back this far, yeah, look at that. There's still markups from that point back then. Like I would enter throughout this whole, oh look, you can tell that I would mark it up because there's like little circles and little dots. That's probably like on the 1 hour time frame. Chart doesn't go back that far in the 1 hour, but I have not taken a trade on GBP CHF in a very long time, in 2 years. So let's see if this can actually make us some money, how it did back in the day. So for now, market update is currently 10:34 in the morning, and we are up as of this very moment right now. Oh shit, I had a pullback, $2,700. So don't forget. 44, 44, 44, 44, 44, 40. I should actually hit my knee. Fuck. Ah! But I don't give a fuck because we are almost up $44,000 on the profit for the week. Meaning we are about to hit the take profit for the week exactly as I expected. Let me show you guys the trade where it is right now. So once again, we're currently up $40,000 right now. Earlier, about an hour and a half ago, it was right around here. And this is exactly what I explained. We need to price the body close under that structure point to confirm that we're going to then the downside. Now, we are currently approaching this support level and we are very strongly breaking under it. The key here is going to be that we remain under this so we can have a little retest to then sell. But we have to come to a decision at that point. Should we just close at 40,000 or do we hold that trade through that pullback, which it could realistically potentially go back further than this right here? Why? Well, because on the daily time frame, if the daily candlestick, let's say a body closes like this, it can have a retest to then this structural level here. Now that's just going to be a lot bigger retracement to then this point. And we can then potentially get a little wick out that can then go into our take profits out. Look. My boys are calling me because they're trading. Yo.
You didn't catch GBPCHS because you didn't want to, but I sent you the signal.
No, bro. What do you mean, bro? What do you mean I didn't catch it?
You lost that shit.
Oh, yeah? You want to bet? You want to FaceTime? Oh.
Oh. Text. I sent you that trade yesterday.
Oh, you sent me the trade, huh?
Yesterday.
Yeah, right. No, it's clean. I mean, it's gonna have a pullback though. Not gonna lie.
No, it is.
Yeah, it's gonna have a pull. Did you take it?
No, I didn't take it.
Bro, what the fuck? Yo.
I just sent you the signal.
Oh, so you sent me the signal, you don't take it. That sounds like such a guru thing to do. No, I'm in it though. I'm definitely in it.
Fine.
I don't.
It was a clean setup.
Yeah, it'll have a pullback, and then you should enter on the pullback.
Okay.
All right, dale. Start to forget. Dale.
Dale.
Sending me the signal. Okay, so yeah, pretty much 4 hour candlestick looks very strong, very bearish engulfing. Can then wait for a little retest as well for then that structure level right there. Basically, more of the story, all we gotta do right now is set and forget. It just looks so lovely, dude. Like we're finally like making some type of decent money. Like look at this.
LeBron and Wade.
There we go, another one. Want to trade today? Where's the trade? Where's the trade? Should we just set and forget? Set and forget. 3 wins in a row. Watch. I know I made it. Edit it like if I made it. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's a bit of a late morning because I thought I would have this fixed by this time, but clearly I don't. So currently right now it is 11:25 in the morning. Now, I am not upset because the position is indeed back into around our entry level or where we would have been a little bit in a drawdown. And I say would have been because last night, you know, I decided to close the positions as it was going back into our entry point because I believed it was going to keep going. But when I closed these positions on the way to the entry point, the amount of slippage that I have received is something I've never seen in my whole entire life. And this is a brand new broker that I just decided to test out literally this week because I believed it was going to be the one that I was going to share with you guys because they had a really good offering, no commissions, pretty much no spread. But I guess I didn't account the slippage that they would be putting into your accounts. This is actually the first position that I take on this broker on the challenge just in general. And I'm definitely going to be changing platforms as of today. I'm gonna withdraw all my money and then I'm gonna go to a different one, which I actually know the guys that are behind it and that they are running it. But the offer wasn't as attractive as the one that I'm using right now. I decided, you know what? Let me go for the clickbait and most attractive thing, which once again, that type of offer, like what is too good to be true, it always ends up never working out. Exactly what happened right now. The offer was too good and I simply got caught in this whole entire slippage movement, and I was brought in by the really great market conditions because I want you guys to have the best market conditions if you want to start your own 100 to the mill. But this broker that I'm currently using right now is not it. So I'm going to switch to this other one next week because it's a lot more corporate. Fees are a little bit higher, but I can almost guarantee you this type of stuff will never happen. But I am going to test it out before you guys even do. Because up to this point of the challenge, I have not marketed any broker in the whole entire challenge, the previous challenge, or my whole entire trading career. I'm very, very, very selective and very picky how I would ever want to do this. So this next one, we're going to test it out once again and see how it is. But I'm so tired because this happened last night, like at 3, 4 in the morning, and I've been battling with the teams of the broker to see how they can fix this. I don't even care about fixing the profits. It's not a big deal. It's more of like the morals behind this. Let me show you guys. So this is the trades from last night, GBP CHF. You guys can clearly see that we closed out all 3 positions at the same exact time. One of them is in profit, and then the other got split in half or whatever, and then it was in a loss. So GBP CHF last night, I explained if we had a retest of this level and then a rejection to the downside, we can very easily continue to head down. If not, if we body close above, we can come back right into our area of interest. So we body closed above, and as I'm seeing this body close above, and then I'm seeing this rejection from the EMA, but then I see this retest of this level of support that every single time we're above, we're clearly heading up. I say, oh shit, this is the area where I want to get out because it could get pushed right back into my entry, and I don't want to be in a loss at this point in the challenge. I'm doing so well. So I decided to close my position right at that line right there, right at 1.11282, right at 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, which is like when London session is kicking in. You guys can see down here the times. And I closed out the first position, right? The 20 lots. So the 20 lots gave me $2,000 in profit. Now, we're gonna do some calculations right now, because if I enter the position up at this point right here, and then we close out the position, let's say somewhere in here, that is a total of about 23 pips. But for argument's sake, let's say 20 pips. So I am currently risking $200 per pip. So it's gonna be $200 times 20 pips. I'm supposed to be up $4,000 on that position. I am up $2,000. So they ate up 50% of my profits. But that's fine. You know what? High fees, I'll take it. Whatever, not a big deal. But then the other position, when I go close it, it is then in a loss. Why did I take a loss on the same position that I entered at the same spot and close at the same spot? Why did it close at a loss? Now, this is where I get very skeptical about these platforms, because it's just so unnecessary. Like I just don't get it. And this is why I also split my lot sizes, because everybody says, oh, why don't you just take 180 lot? It's for this very same exact reason. If I were to take 80 lots in a position, it would literally have one full slipped out position. Versus if I split the positions in half, at least I get one, and then the other ones will probably have a little bit of slippage. So I do this because I've dealt with this shit before, and I've been dealing it for a very long time. But I do believe this next platform, I'm going to be a lot better, because personally, I've always had it there in the back burner. These guys have always mentioned it to me, but I've never wanted to pay higher fees. But I'm at the point where I want to pay high fees but get the best market conditions. So as of right now, this is where we are in the challenge on the account. Basically, we're pretty much at the same starting balance for the week. GBP CHF, I do believe it could continue to have a push to the downside. On the daily time frame, we're having a very strong pullback into this level. Not what I expected as that far, but did expect it to have this 4-hour rejection candlestick, and if we do body candlestick close under in the next hour and a half, we can very clearly easily continue to head to the downside, especially if the 1 hour has a body candlestick closure under this higher low, because before this was the lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, and now we have a higher high. Next, GBP NZD daily time frame has now closed very strongly under, so we're going to be waiting for a retest to then sell. NZD JPY is still in this channel. We are currently just waiting for it to have a break and retest out of it. GBP JPY still in the channel, waiting for the break and retest out of it. And then NZD CAD looks like it's having a pullback, but not even interested. And lastly, AUD JPY, we are currently waiting for this break and retest out. So, fuck man, I hate shady shit like this, because I'm doing everything as legit and as transparent as I can possibly do it. And there's outside sources that are affecting the work that I'm putting into this challenge. I'm supposed to be up right now, probably, let's say $30,000, even with the position being closed at that point. But because of the slippage and because of all that, now I get set back. So this is why I don't want to promote a broker to you guys, because I want to make sure it's good. I don't want you guys to have to deal with this shit that I'm dealing with right now. I don't want to have that type of responsibility. So I'm going to try this new broker. If I see some opportunities this week, which I doubt it, or if not, as of next week, we're going to start off with a new opportunity. But as of right now, pretty much at the same starting balance on the accounts. So bummer.
Look who we have back.
I've had it for a week and a half. it already had to go in for service. $40,000 fucking service. So it's like the unnecessary loss of the slippage from the broker today, and then a $40,000 bill from the Bugatti. But she's back. We always got security with us, spots. Always. Why? Why not? These young guys out here, they brought Bugatti watch to do some videos of the Bugatti. It's pretty sick. It even looks like the back of the Bugatti.
This side's the front.
Oh, what the fuck?
I just don't understand how he understands how to do it so well.
Yo, I learned how to do the fucking.
So what?
Yeah, I learned how to do the 360. I learned it.
How the kids in the back?
Huh?
How the kids in the back?
Oh, they're tripping. Alright, ready? Wait. Stay right there. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is currently 7:55 in the morning. So usually I don't do trade updates this early. Usually I'm looking at the trades from my phone on my bed. But today I decided to wake up early and go out on the boat. We got nothing else to do today. It's Friday, no trades in the market. Not interested in taking a trade at this time because usually the market slows down right around 11 o'clock. So I only have about 3 hours of trading. So instead of me just staying here and kind of doing nothing today, I'm gonna go out on the boat. So let me actually show you guys another loss that we avoided and how this one simple trick has cost me over $200,000 and took me about 2 years to figure out. So yesterday we had GBP CHF, the whole entire fuckery move. That this obviously came back. Then here I was looking to then potentially enter this trade again to the downside. But obviously I cannot enter a sell unless this time frame is bearish. Clearly right here you can see lower low, lower high, lower low. Cool, right? So as of right now, this is the lower high time frame right here. I mean, that's the lower high, and then this lower low point is right here. The moment we body close above this lower high, we then go bullish. We body closed above, so now this goes bullish as the higher high. And then the higher low moves to this higher low point. This is now the higher low and the higher high. I can't take a trade here off just a bearish engulfing when this structure is clearly bullish. But you know what? Sometimes you can do this on a different time frame. So if you see up top over here, we're gonna change now to the 15-minute time frame. Usually the 15-minute time frame can show you that shift of structure beforehand. I'm just gonna take off this risk to reward just so it looks a lot more clear. So this is clearly the 15-minute, higher low, higher high. Let's just put this simple, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. So this is the higher low, and then this is the higher high. We are supposed to take the trade the moment we body candlestick close under this line right here to confirm a shift of structure. This will then mean that the 15-minute time frame is now bearish. What happened here? Did not body candlestick close under, so there is no shift of structure, so we did not take the trade. On the 1 hour, this is what it would look like right there on the structure. I bring back the risk to reward tool. Spam this button back. This is where we should have entered the position on this shift of structure. On the 1 hour, this is what it looks like, but we did not because there was no shift of structure. So then hence what we did is we simply avoided this loss because there was no shift of structure. See how easy it is? You have to have area of interest, or trend, area of interest, entry signal, shift the structure. So we avoided this last to perfection. GBP NZD, this is definitely going to be a trade that is going to be ready for next week once we have this retest of this neckline right here. This retest of this neckline is going to be key to continue selling this market to the end the downside. NZD JPY, 4-hour time frame, still in this bullish channel. We just simply have to set and forget. GBP JPY is now at the top of this ranging market. Oh, GBP JPY, there you go. Now it is once again at the top of this ranging market, and this looks beautiful on the weekly time frame if it decides to close just like that doji candlestick, because then this would be a beautiful resistance that then we can resist from and then sell to the downside on this following week. And if I simply get a horizontal line from this point right here and I drag it to the left, it's clearly a very well respected level of support and resistance. So this trade will be ready for next week. NZD CAD, we had a pretty decent move to the upside, so we technically did miss this one, can't even lie. And then AUD JPY, we have not had the break and retest under. We're currently approaching this very strong level of support and resistance and have to wait for that reaction. So as of right now, nothing. This is going to be an amazing week next week. I felt as if all of this week the pairs and the markets were getting ready for next week, and there's some weeks that are like that. Some weeks are going to be slow and they're going to be prepping for the next week, and you just have to sit on your hands and not put money at risk when there's nothing to put money at risk. Kind of how I did this week. I put very little bit of money at risk for obviously a great reward, but I think this week was loading up for next week. So let's check out what's gonna happen next week. So we're gonna now go on the boat, probably play a little montage and see where the day takes us. Hopefully it doesn't rain. It's a beautiful day as of right now. Let's hope it doesn't rain on us out there. That would really suck.
Check the weather before we came out.
Yeah, I did. I checked it that way. We'll make it to the beach.
At least we get to go to Fisher Island. Have you ever been?
No.
Have you been?
Never been, no.
New experience. I see this as a positive.
Did we not bring one of those portable chargers?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, let's try it. Let's try and charge it.
Well, here we find ourselves in the same situation as last time. A broken bolt.
Trading is like the beach. When a trader goes to his office, he expects to then take a trade. When a surfer comes to the beach, he expects to surf a wave. But if a surfer goes to the beach and there's no waves, you can't do anything. You're not gonna go out there and get risk eaten by a shark. Like literally, if there's no waves to surf like right now, you can't do anything. If you go to your trading desk and there's no trades to take, you can't do anything. There's no point of you overexposing risk when there's no great opportunities in the markets. There's no points of you coming out to the beach and trying to surf when there's no waves. Now, does it suck that you had to drive to the beach and you had to get your surfboard and go through traffic to get here? Yes, but it's part of the game. Does it suck that you had to wake up early, look at the markets for 2 hours, and then you don't get your entry signal? Yes, it sucks, but it's part of the game. It's the risk to reward of the business that we're involved right now. So days like today where the market gives us no opportunities, we just come to the beach. Set and forget. I need a bigger boat.
And then we do after this one.
Yeah, so like this is already like, this is the third time.
This is the last straw.
Yeah, this is the last straw. I'm getting a bigger boat. Nah, for real, I'm getting a bigger boat. No, it's raining.
After the rain comes.
What comes after the rain, buddy?
What comes after the rain?
A winning trade.
More rain.
Literally Miami right here.
Facts. Sunny 1 second ago and now. Yeah, now, bro, dude, now it's shiny. Like, shiny.
Shining all the way
Ladies and gentlemen, we have made it home. So it has been an interesting day. You know what? I thought I was gonna take you guys through a fun vlog and it was gonna be a great time. Not saying it wasn't, but it just didn't go according to plan. You know, we went a long way. We just went the wrong fucking way. We ended up at the wrong spot. But it is what it is. This week has consisted of a bunch of different interesting events that have happened. So let's see what next week has ahead for us. For next week, we're going to deposit these $20,000 into this new broker that I'm going to be testing out, which I will be letting you guys know next week how that broker works. Hopefully it's a lot better than this one. It's a lot more corporate, it's a lot more structured, and it's a little bit more expensive fees, but I won't have these slippage, which is extremely annoying. So if you guys want to be part of the cause of me where I literally share these trades every single week with my students, click the link in the description below. I'm going to literally give you access to my whole entire course. I'm going to give you access to my private and Discord community. I'm going to give you access to my set and forget strategy, which are the markets on how I can predict these markets every single week. Even though this week it wasn't a profitable week, I was able to predict these market moves. You're gonna get all those three things and the Sunday swings for life, meaning you're gonna get on a live call with me every single Sunday where we're gonna be able to break down the pairs live every single week to see what great opportunities the markets have ahead for us. And you're gonna be able to ask me any questions live that you might wanna have right there. You might ask questions right now in the comments in this YouTube video. Probably never read it, there's just too many. So for everybody that gets on the lives with me every single Sunday, I can answer them in much more detail. So appreciate you guys watching this video all the way to the end. Hopefully next week we can turn these $20,000 to $40,000 and no ridiculous events like this week have happened. But I guess the only way to find out is to see you next week. See you guys.